Hi guys, it's me, the Big B, and it's time for another video. Now, this is a video I didn't want to have to make, but I knew I was going to have to make because the Huff gravy train just keeps on a roll, and this thing keeps chugging on and chugging on. And now he's took it to a whole new level. It wasn't good enough to belittle the ITC field, which is just a small niche part of the paranormal community, which is wider paranormal community. No, he basically ran over that with his fucking steam train and brought out the SCD-1, his app, and every other app before and after was just basically null and void. This was the only one true app that would give 100% validated responses. Then, when that ran out, he moved on to the mighty portal. And saying that still leaves a taste in my mouth. I feel so dirty just uttering those words. But he brought us the portal. We'll not even go into what that turned out to be. But again, every other device before that and after that, same thing. Rinse and repeat. Had to be belittled, had to be rubbished. This is the one true device. This is the only device that works with my one and only SCD-1. Job done. Now he's moved on. Now he's moved on to bigger and better things. What's he done now? Well, now he's trying to do the same. He's trying to rubbish and trying to basically belittle everybody in the paranormal community. And I do use that as a whole. As we know, Mr. Huff likes to keep inventing the wheel and claiming it as his own creation. And why stop at simple apps and devices? Now he's getting involved in a TV show, a TV reality show. Well, he's trying to, because they've put it on Kickstarter, because they need this thing funding, which I don't have a problem with. That is fine. That's what Kickstarter's for. Kickstarter's for people to put ideas, products, anything forward, and if people want to fund it, they can fund it, and then that shit happens. It's as simple as that. That is not the problem. The problem is what he's now saying. Now he's involved with said TV show, and this stuff's in black and white. This is not me just saying this because I am what people have suggested. I am jealous, I'm a hater. I am not. I am so far not jealous of Huff that it's not even funny. I have no jealousy at all. I'm doing things that think I am already involved in a TV show, unlike Huff. I'm already there. I don't need to be jealous of what he's trying to do because I've already achieved it. I'm not jealous of his app because it doesn't fucking work. And I haven't written an app. I don't want to write an app. I do use these things and I use what works. And it's as simple as that. I haven't created a device. I've got no interest. But as far as the TV thing goes, I am not jealous. Anybody who wants to make a TV show, that's fine. If they want to go to Kickstarter or GoFundMe, fine. But what the rest of us don't do is then say the things that Huff's saying. Huff is now saying that every other TV show out there is staged. Pretty much, that's what he's saying. And basically by saying that, he's saying it's fake. But not his. The one he's going to be involved in, the one he and Hope Paranormal, the group he's linked up with to do this, are going to do something unique, something special, something that's never done before. And here comes the old inventing the fucking wheel and claiming it as your own again. What they're going to do that's so special, that's revolutionary, that's going to push this show forward, that makes all of the other shows crap and fake and complete bollocks. What's he going to do? He's going to help Spirit move on. Mind-blowing stuff. Because that's never been done before, has it, Huff? No one's ever moved Spirit on in a TV show. And he states that we don't need all these gadgets and gizmos like on all these other TV shows. No, you don't. And all the other TV shows, and even the one I'm involved with, we don't use the tech to move Spirit on. We use the tech to try and communicate and show people that we detect something, that there is something there. The mediums are the ones, and the sensitives, that move Spirit on. We don't use a digital recorder to move Spirit on. It is there just to detect and to give evidence that Spirit are present. But no, his show is going to be different. They're going to release Spirit, they're going to help Spirit, and he doesn't need tech to do this, except his SCD-1 and his portal, which if you look at some of the publicity shots, behind him on a table is his portal. He had to get it in there, even though he's saying they don't need tech. All this using tech and thing is just bollocks. But there's never been any other TV shows. So, shows like, let's take one for example. I'm not even going to use the one I'm involved in or any other that's a well-known show. There was a show on the UK TV called Haunted Homes. It was years and years and years ago this was on. And they used to go around the UK to people's homes. Not haunted locations as in big castles and old buildings. Homes. And they used to go in. They used to have a tech guy who used to have night vision, and he used to go in and do baseline readings just to detect that there was something there. The mediums would go in, they'd make communication. If there was a problem, if the spirit was being a problem, they would remove it. They would help the family. They would remove said spirit. That was years ago, long before Huff was even a name, before anyone knew any of our fucking names. These people were doing that. Now, there have been shows after that have done similar things. I'm not saying that they're all real. I'm not sticking up for every single show out there. I'm sure there are some fakes, and I'm sure there are some that are staged and do stuff like that. But there are genuine ones. There's fakes in everything you do. Every walk of life, you always get the charlatans and the fakes. It's just nature of what things are. But you can't make a statement and say every single one is fake. You've got to, let's pluck another one out of the air. The Dead Files. Where, again, they go, they investigate. Normally it's in people's homes in the US. They do some research, find out about the history. Then they help. At the end, they help. Now, I'm not saying it's real, I'm not saying it's fake, but that's kind of what they do. They go out there and they help. And they move spirit on. And if they can't directly move it on themselves, they tell people at the end what they need to do to achieve this. But again, he's belittled all them. All them are now gone. As in Huff's mind, they're all gone. Because they're fake. They're all staged. But our show is going to be the real deal. It's going to be real because I am involved. And as he put in one of his statements, he puts, I have a true connection. I feel I have a connection. Yes, you and millions of other sensitives and mediums out there that are genuine. Again, there are fakes. Of course there are fakes. But there are a lot of genuine, hard-working, honest mediums and sensitives out there that help. But no, he's got a connection, and it's coming, guys. I'm telling you, it's coming. One day, this guy's going to put a video out, and he's going to have done a spirit box session with his portal, obviously, and his SCD-1, and he's going to get 100% validation. These spirits are going to say that he is the only one they trust. He is the only way. And that's what I was saying before, why it's getting scary. That this guy is building himself up onto this pedestal. His fans are not building him up onto a pedestal. I use the word fans very loosely. All the people, and again I'm not trying to belittle anybody, but all the people that are jumping onto the Huff bandwagon are all the type of people who would follow one of these evangelists, one of these soothsayers who say, I am the one, mine is the way, I have spoken to God, God has told me A, B, C and D, and you must follow me, and all these people latch on and away they go, they tip all the money over, job done. And that's where we're going. And a lot of comments that I've had in my comment section in the last video I did, when I begged for followers to put the negative comments down in my comments, because that was showing people they were given all the evidence that I needed that what I was saying was correct. And lo and behold, they didn't. Because when I called them out on it, they couldn't put the comments down there because they knew that by doing that I was right. So they didn't put it in. But the comments I did get were all positive. And a lot of them are saying and agreeing with exactly what I'm saying. And a few of them have said exactly what I said, that this guy is pushing himself as almost like an evangelist, like a messiah. Mine is the love and light. Mine is the only way. It's not the only way. Anyone who says that is already false. There isn't just one true way. It doesn't exist. There are many ways. And anyone who is genuine will not push themselves to that degree and not make those bold statements. Like I said earlier, I'm involved with a TV show. I'm not even going to say what it is. I've said it before, but I'm not pushing it. I'm not going to say what it is. And we have a medium. And she helps Spirit. She's helped it on the show, on the camera. And whenever the camera stops rolling, if the Spirit needs help, she will move it on. She will help that Spirit. And she has done that since day one. And that is her passion. And she does not push that. We do not push that. It's just a matter of course. It's what we do. We don't need to push it because we don't deem it's anything special. Of course, if a Spirit wants help, you will help. But no, we all fake. We all false. It's all staged. And he is going to be the one. And if this thing gets funded, he's going to be the one. He's going to basically push on this show that every single thing he does is 100% validated, and everything he does is done for the good of Spirit. And it is anything but for the good of Spirit. The only thing this guy believes in is the colour of money. It is as simple as that. That's the only reason he's doing it. And that's why he has to push. If he was genuine, he wouldn't be pushing so hard to push a project. If you're genuine, you don't belittle anybody else. I don't belittle anybody else on any other TV show. Good on them. If they're doing something within that field and they're doing something they love and they manage to get on TV with it, that's fine. That is brilliant. I do not rubbish them. I do not call them out. I do not call them fake. Because they're not. Not everyone is fake, Huff. But this, again, it's about selling a product. This time the product is him. It's not a device he has. He's going to use his device, but the product is him. He has to push himself. Now he's pushing himself as a medium. I do not need the tech. I do not need the equipment. I have a connection. And that's where we're going with this. He's going to think that he is the best medium in the world, and hell, he's probably going to invented mediumship, because mediumship before was just a joke. It wasn't true mediumship. You were just all faking it, and I've hit on the reality of what mediumship is, so thence I have invented it. It is mine. It is just a product. That's all he sees it as. He doesn't see it as help. He doesn't see it as valid communication. It's a product. And he has to shoot for the top. That's his whole goal. He's shooting for stardom. He doesn't want to do what a lot of us have had to do. Do this for 20 or 30 years until you kind of get somewhere, and then you get involved with a TV show or anything like that. He doesn't want to have to do all that. He's done bits and bobs for a couple of years. He wants to fast track. He's not willing to wait all that time. He's not willing to wait another 20 years till he's gained a reputation, till he's gained respect in the field, and then does what he's going to do so people believe him. No, he's fast tracking. And he's just stepping over so many people as he's going. He's just basically wiping his feet on people, and even people that's helped him in the past. Once they've fulfilled what he needs, they're gone. Dumped. And no one is invulnerable from this. He will, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I can see, he will use anybody and they're gone. Even Sanchez, who he was in bed with for a long time and was writing the apps, and even he's still kissing his ass at the minute with the new apps that he's writing. But he'll go the way of the rest, because now he's latched on to this new thing. He's got Hope Paranormal. They're the next big thing. He will do everything within his power to push these people, this product. This Hope Paranormal will become the one and only paranormal group that knows what they're doing, because Huff will make sure of that, because they're his product as well. And he will belittle any other group that even questions Hope Paranormal's validity or professionalism. He will literally fucking destroy them, because he has to. Because now he's created this bubble, this new venture, and he has to protect it at all costs, and he's got to bring everything else down. And what better way than just to rubbish the entire paranormal community in one fell swoop? Let's not piss about, let's not hang about, let's just put these statements out there, get all the people that sort of will listen to him and basically believe every word he says. You put a statement out like that, these people believe it. You can guarantee that very soon there'll be some fucking hate comments going over to all the other TV shows, Ghost Adventures, well, to name a few, Taps, the frigging lot of them. They'll all start getting things, all these Huff lovers all start thinking, oh, you're all fake, there is only one true way. And that's where we're sitting at the moment. They're on Kickstarter, hopefully, and I don't say this out of jealousy, I really hope they don't get funded, because if this becomes a reality, if Huff gets the money, he will make this show. He'll not just run with the money, they'll make this show. Because this is his chance to be in front of a camera and to push his devices, his portal and his image as far as what he needs it to go. And he will quite blatantly, I think, on camera, basically say the bullshit that he's writing. He will say that his is the only way, this is a different show, we're going to be doing something so different. And even though he's plainly not going to be doing something different, it'll be obvious on screen that he's doing the same as what everybody else has done, what loads of other shows have done. This is different because it is me, because it is Huff, because I have validation, because I have proof that the spirits want to communicate with me, that I am the truth. And that's where this is going. This is going to be one step away from Huff proclaiming that he is the one true light, the one true way. And he's going, this shit's going to be on film. And to me, it's sad that there are many other groups out there, genuine groups who've worked hard, they've not asked for anything, they've funded everything out their own pockets. And they could actually make bloody amazing TV shows that will be entertaining, that will be real, that will have amazing evidence, and they're never going to get the chance. They're not going to put these GoFundMe forwards, these Kickstarts, or even if they have, they've not managed to get funded because they're not willing to lie, they're not willing to belittle anybody else to get to where they need to be. They're not willing to upset and use and trample on people, and they're not willing to basically hoodwink people. They tell them the truth. And unfortunately in life, and seems to be in life, if you're willing to lie and you're willing to cheat, and there are people out there who are willing to listen, you get kind of what you want. But all we're hoping is that because he has put himself onto this pedestal, because it's not his fans that have put him up there, he's put himself up there and he's ramping himself so friggin' high, and eventually he's going to fall. Eventually everyone's going to see. It's slowly starting to happen. I get more and more comments every time on my videos of people saying, and people that were genuinely following him and then got banned, came over and saw the truth and have sent us messages and saying such we just didn't see until it was too late. And that's why I keep making these videos, and I will continue to make these videos. And again, I'm not ranting, I'm not raving, as a lot of people have suggested. Like I've said, it's not jealousy. I have no reason to be jealous of Huff. I'm already further than what he is in this game, and I'm still humbled by where I am, and I have no intention of being the one and only true way. I do hope that what I'm doing continues. I love what I do. Right guys, I'm going to end this video here. I sort of chopped it there because I did ramble on for a bit more, and I could ramble on about this shit for days. I don't think there's enough fucking hard drive space in my computer to make the video I would like to make, and I don't want you guys to sit for that long to have to listen to me ramble. I'm sure there's going to be lots more chances to make videos like this because the Huff train's going to keep on rolling while there's people willing to feed his ego and fill his pockets with the foldy green stuff that he seems to like. This is going to continue. It's never going to stop until he comes down off that pedestal and this is just going to keep on a churning, so I'm going to keep on a talking. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, and we shall catch you next time.